Hello and welcome to another one of our videos. For today I'm going to show you a few different exercises using a barbell. Some people refer to this as landmine exercises or torsionator, but basically it's just a barbell standing up more or less. So I'm going to show you sort of from simpler to harder versions, and also giving you a bit of a variation between pushing and pulling and even rotation. So first one's a standard exercise that we use. This one's just known as a squat push. Just the same single arm each time. So basically I'm using a good squat action and then coming straight up into the pushing action with a single arm. So this gives me some great strength obviously into my legs, but also that unilateral movement of the arm there. So you can get to see how that basically transfers into like pushing action of, say, a chest press. Now this next one is where I start to bring into play sideways movement. Very much a sports movement, this one, where I'm moving side to side, and you see how I actually throw the bar and catch it on the other side. This is actually played in slow motion as well, so it's a lot faster than this. This is a great one for getting that lateral movement, cutting skills that you would use in sports, and creating that side to side movement where I don't get any shoulder sway. So shoulder sway is terrible for cutting movements. If I just go back, so shoulder sway would be there. We would see someone fall out on this side, so they're really losing their core strength and they're not getting the plant to then cut back to go back in a change direction. And obviously I get all the benefits of the strength into the arm, but really the beauty of it doing it like this is it gets that change of direction skill that you really want. The catch is actually harder than the throw on that. Now this next one is one where we sort of, if we go from deceleration and cutting, this is pretty much purely about acceleration. And this is very much like the shot put. You sort of see how I start in a different stance. Instead of being square on, I now go to like more of an off stance. I'm not quite side on, especially this leg. This leg is sort of like just pointing in the direction that I'm going to sort of throw it. The back leg is the power leg, because if you watch what this one does, as I push it up, see how it'll explode off and I'll get into like a real toe off point, and then my arm will just explode through to push it up. Now if you had a partner, which I don't in this one, I would actually throw that bar and they would catch it and then throw it back at me. And this gets amazing how much difference that is. So you can sort of see there I let it go. I wouldn't want to throw it as hard because it might not come back to me in the straight angle. But that gives you an example of how you turn that into an acceleration exercise. Now this next one is the rotational one. So this is where a bit like a woodchop exercise, and again I bring in that sideways movement, and then I instead of pushing this time I get rotation, and then I basically just try to make it quite quick and shuffle side to side and explode with that rotational movement. Again, awesome for change of direction in sport. Very, very much simulates like going forehand and backhand in tennis, to be honest. Now moving away from, so I've done three pushing ones, one rotation one, now I've got like a pulling one. So this is like just a simple bent over row. I could make this harder and do it as a single leg one as well, but I'm just going to show you probably one of my preferred ones. It's pretty simple. The weight's quite light on this, just to give you the idea of how it works. And basically it's just like any other bent over row. Now where the beauty of this one comes in, I can progress it to the next one, which now brings in the lunge stance for the first time, and it brings me a bit of like a split jerk movement like what you would use in Olympic lifting. So I can go from an explosive deadlift position into a lunge, utilising a pull and a press. So I sort of combine several things at once on this exercise. So there's a few different variations of a barbell or landmine exercises that you can use in your training. And they work really well in combination with other things, so like combining chin-ups and push-ups, lunges and traditional squats, even deadlifts around it. You can have a really nice, well-rounded workout, that gives you some variation between strength, agility, and even power. So, that's why these barbell exercises are awesome for sports. But even if you don't play sports, they're just great for core building strength and overall athletic movement. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that video. See you on our next one.